Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Yarns with Andy. Today I've got Joanne Johnson. Hello Joanne, how you doing?
Good, thank you, Andy.
Yeah, thank you so much for making the time for being here. Really appreciate it. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, myself, I'm born and bred Aucklander.
Oh, yeah.
So I know
Big black
Auckland.
smoke, mate.
Yeah. I'd get the number plate Jaffa, but I'd probably have my car keyed.
Yeah.
I love Auckland. People wonder why I don't move to Australia, as my family did. But I know it inside out. I know the housing and I own the suburbs. I've seen it grow. Local girl, went to Selwyn College, left college at end of, sixth form. University wasn't for me, and I fell into the legal sector.
Construction law.
Well, I fell into the legal sector as a junior with Simpson Grierson.
Yeah.
And then I ended up searching land titles, and I think that's where my love for property started. And as we are having themes of technology and AI in this discussion, let me tell you my first job.
Okay.
So
at Simpson Grierson?
At Simpson Grierson. Well, after Simpson Grierson, I was the junior. But then I moved to Gleicestershire and I was a search clerk. Now, I don't know how old you are, Andy. I won't be so presumptuous. But back in the day, titles for property were bits of paper in a filing cabinet.
Yeah, I can believe that.
So at the Land Titles Office on Wellesley Street, I was a search clerk, and I would walk.
So what does a search clerk entail?
I would go up to the Land Titles Office.
Yep.
The solicitors would all say, "Can I please have a copy of Certificate of Title 368/462?" Right, because you needed a search of the title. So the search clerks would go, walk up to the Land Titles Office, get a $5 coupon, queue. Someone would go and take that coupon to the filing cabinet, open it up, look for the title you want, take it out, photocopy it, and give it to you.
Wow.
So we're like analog big time.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, what are we talking? This is like, how many years ago are we talking?
This is in the 80s. So I'm a 70s kid.
You're
So I was
70s
a
kid, I'm an 80s
teenager.
kid.
Yeah,
Yeah, as a teenager.
in the 80s. Perms, large shoulder pads,
Yeah. Oh,
you know,
sounds like fun.
Duran.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, you know,
Duran.
yeah.
Okay, you're a 70s kid.
Yeah. So, you know, there's been this fundamental change of tech over those decades, and even in the last 100 years. You know, when I first started in law firms, it was the Canon typewriter.
No, yep.
Right, and
the full-on
dictating, and you
typewriter.
just had a tiny little screen, and you know, now look where we are. So that's so from being in the legal sector, I then qualified as a legal executive.
Okay. Yep.
So that's my qualification. And I did conveyancing, estates, commercial law, trusts, wills, and all that, and just loved it. I love law.
How'd you get into construction then?
Oh well, it's a progression.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you said,
from
I've had enough of law,
property
I'm
law.
going to go into construction.
Well, I'd been in law, and then I moved into work for Martin Reesby.
Yeah, right.
So everything is law, NZ 3910, contracts, variations, everything is a contract, right? You know, we've got all this legislation.
Yep.
So Mr. Reesby had set up a finance company. Oh, actually, sorry, I'll go back a bit. I went to Rural Elders Finance after Gleicestershire as a loans manager. So that's all contract, that's settlements, that's still conveyancing. And that became Hanover, which fell over in the GFC. I left that sinking ship. It was a sinking ship. I have stories. I can't tell you. And Mr. Reesby came and tapped me on the shoulder. He had a bit of a falling out with Mark Hotchin, and said, do you know a legal exec who'd like to come and manage my finance company? And so I set that up from 4 manila folders, and I was kind of the CEO and the CFO and the tea lady, and
Everything.
ran all the accounts, did everything. It was fantastic.
Yeah, right.
We borrowed money from New Zealand funds, and also an old name, Doug Summerzegar's Money Managers.
Okay.
And there's a lot around the city. I can drive around the city and go, I funded that.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah,
and
cool,
did a lot
cool.
of stuff for Mr. McKenna. You
Yeah.
know, he designed some fantastic spaces. Beaumont Quarter is one. Lighter Key.
Yeah, right.
Is one. So we did some big deals,
Yeah.
big money, big
Yeah, cool.
egos,
Interesting.
bankers, lawyers,
Right.
15 years of that.
Then you moved to Kaingora.
Yes. Well, there was a gap there. So GFC hit, and I was doing lots of Property Law Act notices, and we went. And the company wound up, went to moratorium, and I went into private sector and worked for Nigel McKenna. Mm-hmm. So having done property law and banking, I'm always in the office with my suit, and I wanted steel caps and a hard hat.
Why? Not many people would pick that.
I love my steel caps. They're in the boot of my car. I love them.
Too,
I'm
always.
a tomboy, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's why I race cars, and as a kid I'd be riding around on my bike.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, absolute tomboy.
Yeah.
And hated dolls. And love Lego.
You love Lego?
And I always made houses.
Do you know how much they cost? Like,
yeah, they're collectible.
We've got like 2 shelves full at home. I've got two young kids. And I always keep telling my wife, rather than buying that Lego, let's just go buy some Lego stock. We'll be really, really rich very soon. It's rare.
You just be so creative.
Anyways,
be so fun. Creative. Yes, I went and worked for Mr. McKenna. I went and tapped him on the shoulder and said, I can bring you all my legal skills and sort out all your contracts for you. Had a number of CCCS contracts that needed to be sorted out, and teach me about property development. And so that's what I did. And it
property
was,
development.
Yeah. So I sorted out all this contract work, which I love doing. That's dealing with people, right? Construction is people.
Construction is a very people-oriented business, eh?
Yeah.
Very, yeah.
Yeah, and it's understanding your own communication style and understanding other people. Yeah. So did that for about 5 years, and then KiwiBuild came along.
Ah, yeah.
Now, love it or hate it.
Yeah, that's the 3,000 homes, isn't it? Yeah.
KiwiBuild died because of politics.
Are you allowed to talk about it?
And that's my opinion. That's what I saw.
Cool.
Yeah. So with my banking hat on in the GFC.
Are you allowed to dig into why KiwiBuild
I guess so.
died about politics?
It's only my opinion.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
We can go there.
We'll go there.
Politics killed it.
Yeah.
So with my banking hat on, having gone through the GFC and all those bankruptcies, mortgagee sales, and I'm mortgagee in possession, if there had been something like an underwrite, there just would not have been as much blood on the floor. There wouldn't have been as many, depositors losing their money. That was hard. And that has intergenerational impact.
Yes.
Whereas with this underwrite, with my banking hat on, I can see, developers struggle to get finance. And even now, it's still a problem. But you have a promissory note from a government, which isn't going to go bankrupt.
Yep.
So the bank will then open its purse and you get the flow of housing. So on a...
But the government is liable as well at that point, aren't they?
Yes, but they're not going to go away. The
government will never die. Because taxpayers' money is always going to fund them.
Banks are risk adverse, and everything's about risk.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, everything's about risk. So you take that risk away. So it was fantastic getting these deals over the line, and I did the most deals in the KiwiBuild team while I was there, and I became the KiwiBuild underwrite manager.
Okay.
When you come from corporate private sector and you step into government,
it's a different world, isn't it?
It's like salt water and fresh water.
I know. We have government contracts, we have private contracts, and we see the difference.
Yes. And when you have a political overlay and what you and I look at as a commercially sound, excellent project, we've got a good developer, a good team, a good resource consent, the money's there, the cash flow looks good, blah, blah, everything's good. And then you send that up to the minister to sign off, goes in the bag on Thursday night, the minister looks at it. But the minister looks at that with a political lens, and everything's about politics and getting voted back in and what's the risk. And I understand that, but it is very frustrating. So KiwiBuild could have been something bigger, but in my opinion, it died a bit of
Tell us,
death.
For everybody who don't know what KiwiBuild is, let's start with the basics. What was KiwiBuild?
KiwiBuild was an underwrite.
Yeah.
So KiwiBuild was an underwrite to lock in the delivery of affordable housing.
And 3,000 houses in total.
Yeah. Well,
that was what, 4 years ago, 5 years ago?
Yes, it was 2016 I started there.
2016, it was 10 years ago. Yeah, okay.
It was a long time. So, well, an underwrite is a financial instrument where you might have done one before, I've done a few myself, where you promise to buy something if the person can't sell it. So they've got their financial position.
Backing,
and you buy it at a discount. So when a developer, say, going to build 20 houses, they need minimum sales under their letter of offer with the bank because a bank will need like 1.5 or something times cover, right?
Yep.
So I need pre-sales. Now in a flat market, those pre-sales might take a year, might take longer.
Yep.
So then the development doesn't start. So then you as a developer have got a lot of money already invested in your resource consent, and this thing's chewing its head off. And then we're not getting supply, and then we have low supply, unaffordability goes up, because it's all supply and demand, isn't it? Everything.
Yep.
So it's this whole ecosystem. So when you plug in an underwrite, it's there to unlock that velocity of money and to get the banks to fund the development, knowing that if it's going to fail, and we're all having nightmares of they'll step in, but at a minimum price. Now, in return for giving a developer an underwrite, they had to supply a percentage of houses that were affordable. 3-bedroom had to be $650, 2-bedroom had to be, that's a cap, no more than $600, and the right typology in the right areas, amenity, transport, jobs.
That seems like a good deal.
It was a really, really smart.
Yeah.
But
what happened?
When you sow a seed into a field that is dry and full of stones and you don't water it, it's not going to grow. So politics, risk aversiveness. I got some great projects done. The KiwiBuild team, we were so passionate about it, some real smart people. We could understood the economics of it and of the construction sector.
Yep.
You need to put money in one end to get houses out the other. We understood why houses were unaffordable, but it became the Mr. Twyford and next governments. It just ended up with such bad PR. It had to be killed. It still exists.
It doesn't? Okay.
It's like a clean skin wine, and it's just called the Affordable Program because there are still contracts there that are now just cycling through. So it is still around. And instead of now underwriting only certain projects, I'll actually underwrite private market as well.
Okay.
So it's still there. So
yeah, we'll come back into affordable housing, but before we go there, that was really good about KiwiBuild actually. It's helped me understand a few things that I didn't understand before, which is awesome. Tell us about MahiRise.
MahiRise, my passion project.
Yeah.
So I think I was born to mentor.
Yeah,
that's
interesting. You're born to mentor.
I wanted to be a teacher when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like camp mum in the office. I have a husband and 3 cats and 3 cars and lots of nieces and nephews. And I really believe in empowering and instilling a future in people. So MahiRise, I think one of your questions to me was, what inspired it?
100%. What did inspire MahiRise? Like you've gone from being a law professional, from money back in understanding how money works to how understanding building gets built, to now starting up a mentoring company to help women in construction.
Yeah.
Why?
So, because it's about the next generation. It's about giving back, and in a way, maybe it's talking to my younger self.
Okay.
So when we instill into youth and we give them apprenticeships and teaching, that they are the next generation. And it can make a total change in the projection of someone's life. Even if you just smile at someone, maybe you're going to make their day better.
Sure.
So MahiRise has always been something I wanted to do. Perhaps I didn't know it. So when I was the project director at Kaingaora on the Northcote project, what I really liked about what Kaingaora did, I really enjoyed working Kaingaora for all the kick in the guts it's got from the government. Great team, great people, got housing delivered, right, with their might of the government and all the land they own. But part of what Kaingaora did is while you're ripping down all these communities, you're bringing the community on the journey with you, and they'd have the primary schools come around and go, oh, look at the diggers, look at the hole in the ground.
Yep.
But they would also then have the older children and adults and give them work experience.
Oh, yeah.
Because a part of government...
As tradies?
Give them work experience, like that could be the lollipop person, could just come on site for a day.
Yeah, right.
Because part of the government rules of procurement are you have to have social outcomes. It's a key part of the rules.
That's quite important for the community.
You have to have social outcomes. You can't be just investing taxpayer money and, there's a house. There must be wider implications that have, intergenerational impact.
Yeah.
So I did a presentation with Minister Grant Robinson at the time, Minister of Finance.
So Labour,
Labour at the time. And that photo is on my MahiRise website. And we all had masks on because I didn't, but the Minister did. It was all COVID. We'd just come out of COVID.
Yeah.
Interesting times. And there was a story of this young woman who was a solo mum. Had been trying to get work in the computer industry. She'd got a qualification. She had 2 children and had just gone nowhere. So back then, Puratahi, as it was called, now the Lead Alliance.
Yeah, the Lead Alliance. No, it's no more the Lead Alliance as well.
Yeah, and she got experience just as holding the lollipop sign.
Okay.
Stop go for all the construction, right? Because there's a lot of traffic management plans up the wazoo happening then. That opens doors to opportunity, and she ended up getting a job actually managing the machinery and helping where it should move out round on all the sites.
So kind of resource planning for machinery. That's a cool job.
Yeah, it changed her life, and her story of that gave her an income to look after these 2 boys.
Oh, yeah.
I came from a solo parent home, and security housing, a meal on the table, money to buy clothes. We can't underestimate the impact on that, and to have that security. So it so resonated with me.
Yeah, right.
That impact. You just give someone a chance, and I now have the space and the time and the finances. And I'm going to do this.
Okay. So what does MahiRise do? It helps women in construction.
MahiRise provides experience. So it's very small.
Yeah.
It's just organic.
Yeah.
It's what I make it.
Yeah, sure.
So I partnered with, in the BMW club, it's all your networks, right? So
it's who you know.
There's a guy called Matt Griffin.
Yeah.
He bet the Aussies in ute racing, just saying.
In ute racing?
Yeah, ute racing.
Okay. Yeah.
He bet them. And he has an excavator company, Griffin's Operator Academy. Brilliant experience. I went and did that. It's down in Drury.
At Hampton Downs?
It's just past Hampton Downs.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Down Drury Way, the middle of the paddocks.
Okay.
And so I did the 1-day course myself, and I'm in this digger, and I'm going up a hill, down a hill, put the boom out, turn the bucket, egg racing, like the best team day out, and really affordable.
Oh, yeah.
You get so competitive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I thought this was, and I took a young woman with me, and the confidence I saw in her. This young woman had a very rough start to life. She was 19.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, just glowing. And so I said to Matt, and the ideas they just sort of come organically. And so Matt Griffin has a 2-day course. And I was like, right, I'm going to put this together. And I said, I want to find a young woman in Auckland and give them the gift of an excavator operator course.
Yeah.
And then just built it from there. So I then called up Gareth Reedy, the CEO of Signature Construction. We've done a lot of work together from Kaingoa and Tamaki Regeneration to get in your network. So I'm like, hey, mate. And he's like, yeah, I'm on board with some site visits.
Yeah, okay.
So we did site visits to see how housing is delivered. So it's happened organically, and that then later on we've added on the Pass Right forklift course. Okay. So Fred Barden owns Pass Right, and Fred used to race in the BMW series. Right. So I'm like, can I book this? And now I paid these courses myself. And that's fine. And I picked the girls up, got them lunch, drove them back and forth. But, finding those 2 young wahine was the challenge.
Yeah. But how do you find the right people?
How did I find them?
Yeah.
Well, so I went to the Tamaki Skills Hub, and
Yes,
said,
that's part of TRC.
Yes, have you got any young women? And they didn't, but they do have people looking for work. And the feedback was they wanted guaranteed work, and I wasn't offering that. I was offering experience, an opportunity. And they directed me to go and talk with Tamaki College. And now I've already had touch points with Tamaki College, and I went and talk with them, and they embraced that. Russell Dunn and Rob Thomas and the principal, and they embraced it and police checked me and made sure I can come pick up these two lovely students, because they said, oh, we've got two, is that okay? And I thought, Joe, you can't, girls even like to hang out in pairs, right?
Yeah.
Support, because you've got this lady they don't know coming to pick them up, and we'd get pies and sausage rolls and lollies, and I'm like, you play the music, and we drive down to Drury, and you really feel your age when you're around teenagers. So I said, because I wanted this all on social media, and I said, do you do Facebook? Oh, that's for old people. I was like,
that's for old people.
I'm old now. Yeah. And they're doing TikToks in between these, using these excavators, and they were excellent.
Yeah, right.
So there's two young women, so skilled.
You're right. Okay, and they were no more than 19 years old.
16.
16, and you were there giving them
doing their
experience driving diggers.
Yeah. So they're just completed their year 1 in the Tamaki Trades Academy, doing building and construction. This is their year 2.
Yeah.
So year 1, so that was last November, we did the excavator course. So much fun, like you got racing with eggs and digging holes and trenching. Have a look at the videos on the MahiRise Women in Construction site.
Even better, give us a link and we'll actually put the link with this video so people can go watch it.
I'll do that. And Matt Griffin was an excellent teacher, and they got NCEA points.
Okay.
This is the whole thing. Like I have, the focus was to give something tangible.
Right. And
not only courage
is the NCEA points.
And NCEA points, yes. So that when they graduate, this is boosting, their trajectory. So now they're doing their second year at the Trade Academy.
Yep.
And we've had 3 site visits with Signature Construction in Tamaki. So
Signature Homes do a lot of work there.
Yeah.
In the Tamaki region.
Yes. So we went and saw with their team what civil works looks like. So you got a demoed site, you got the civils happening, and explained that. And then we went and got the housing platforms, and then we went and looked at slab down, frames up, in the wiring and the plumbing's going in, and meeting with the female electrician, a Māori Pacifica electrician, and project managers, and going, you as a female, you belong here.
Yeah.
And that meant a lot to them.
Being a female shouldn't be a limiting factor to anything, should it? Like, well, true story, some of the best performers in my team are all women,
Yeah, we rock, just saying.
Well, it so happens that, Blake keeps saying this all the time. He said, the world doesn't give them enough opportunity, so they try really hard.
You hire a woman, she will do the job of 3 people.
I tend to agree, given what I've just seen within my team. We're a small team and we're quite tight with each other, but the women in my team absolutely fucking excel.
Yeah.
To a point where I'm just going, holy fuck, like you did all of that? Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. We're big multitaskers.
But with the right people, with the right environment, mate, that's sealant's not the boundary.
No, exactly. So we did 3 days of site visits, and we've just finished maybe about 2 months ago. We did the forklift operator course.
Yeah. So MahiRise has been active for what, a year now, give or take?
Yes, about a year.
About a year.
Yeah.
How's it all going? Like, well, where do you see this going from here on forward?
Where I want to see it going, and so I want to continue working with my 2 students.
Yep.
We're going to be going back to doing signature site. I really would like to get an apprenticeship or a scholarship. For
your two students?
Yes. So one of the students...
and you mentor these 2 students personally?
I'm not mentoring. I take them to the experience.
You're granting you're creating this
the opportunity. So the limiting factor is like transport. So not only am I booking and paying for the event, I drive to school.
Yeah, okay.
I pick them up.
And then
we go to the bakery, the best bakery in Panmure. We get food.
Which one's that? The best bakery in Panmure?
It's down the end of Queen's Road, by the old stone house and the pub where Church Street and Tripoli Road, all that meet. Yeah,
Tripoli Tunis.
Yeah, around there. Tripoli meets Church Road, which then goes down to the Waipuna Bridge.
Okay. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll go looking for it.
There, good sausage rolls.
Good sausage rolls.
Yeah, because there's also the element of, they don't have income, they don't have money, the parents can't take them out to these courses. So I'm transport and taking them out there, lending them my steel caps. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
cool. It's really, really cool, eh? You got plans of expansion?
I would like to have added on to it a scholarship. So not expansion per se. I'd like to add on to a scholarship and an apprenticeship. And then I'll look for, once these two students have finished through that, I would like some funding.
Okay.
And so then, expansion.
Yeah. So go back to the government and say, hey, fund this, and we're creating opportunities for women to get into construction, and here's how we're doing it. I'm sure there's multiple options out there, right?
Yes.
MBIE and...
Yes, I think I'm just proving the concept, enjoying it, really enjoying seeing these two young women. They're so talented. I mean, they got on the forklift and just smashed it out. And Ian King there, the GM, goes, most people are here for 4 hours struggling with this, and they, we just got it all done, and they got all the theory done, more NCEA points, and then they were so proud to got their little licenses. They said forklift competency license for 3 years, and one of the students went, wow, I can go and get a job.
Yes.
So go to Pack and Save, go to Auckland Landscape and get a job. So that's real outcomes and can save.
Yeah.
And then when we're walking around the Tamaki Regeneration completed homes, we started talking about how do you buy a house.
Yeah. But the TRC have a whole course on that as well, don't they?
Yes, we talked about that. Yeah.
I mean, they educate the entire... Because I had Daniel Henderson on my...
Yes.
I don't know if you've seen that episode or not.
Yes, I have. Yeah.
He was telling me about what they do with the whole community.
It's fantastic.
It's amazing.
They own it. Yeah. And that's the same premise of, giving to people, giving them knowledge and giving them experience. So with these two students, we started talking about how do you buy a home? And one student said, oh, no, I don't want any debt. So we talked about good debt, bad debt, talked about how when you have a home, you have intergenerational wealth and you can look after your kids or your mum or,
And equity grows.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll step out of that for a little bit. We're going to... technology in construction. I want to hear your take on technology in construction. Given, you've been a title search person back in the day.
Yeah.
Done everything to, what do you call that? Filing cabinet searches for
titles,
photocopied.
Yeah, I can't believe you don't know that. And company's office. You had to go to the company's office, get the folder out, Andy's company, and I had to photocopy the précis sheet and then all the charges and debentures and photocopy it. And if it was urgent, you'd run up, get it for the lawyer and run back. But now it's all online.
Companies.com and you type an NCBN number.
I love the company's office website. You can
awesome,
spy on everyone.
I think everybody spies on everyone on there. That's probably why it's public information.
Like, who's that? Oh, then you go down to the consent notice and then you go, oh, there's their phone number and all that.
There's their address. Oh, that's where they live. They registered their house address on there. So, Joe, you've got experience working as a legal professional, moved into finance, worked with Kaingora, and you've gone searching in a filing cabinet for land search and titles and so on and so forth. AI is now changing the way we work, changing the way we think about things. What's your take on AI and the impact it has on the industry as we see it?
Massive impact.
Yeah?
I'm really excited.
Are you?
Yeah. I'm very excited to see the impact because it's complex. Housing's complex. Everything is complex and there's so much load to be processed, and email this PDF and upload that to OneDrive, and then the project manager makes a change here, and the engineer needs to know something, that the other engineer needs to know. There's so many parts to it.
There's a lot of moving parts, but I disagree with the fact that it's complex. It's not.
Okay. Many human parts.
Human parts, yes. Yeah. But here's the thing, right? We've been building shit since the fucking pyramids.
Yeah.
It's not. We're not revolutionizing something.
Yeah.
I think we're all defined by rules of gravity.
Yeah.
You got to build the substructure. You got to build the superstructure. If you got to do earthworks before that, you got to put some pipes in the ground.
Yeah. I think inefficient maybe is the
inefficient.
word.
Yes.
That's
yes.
the word.
I agree. Yes, I agree.
It's inefficient.
Inefficient, 110%. Only because we're really, really bad at managing change. That's an opinion.
And I think AI, it's a bit like when we moved from typewriters to the internet, and now we wouldn't be without, Aconex and Procore and all that, and we're not going to go back to typewriters and fold up our laptop and throw it away. We need to lean in and adopt AI. I'm calling it adapt, adopt, or be archived.
Yeah.
We can't be running away, and people are fearful of it, and jobs, and there can be, some actual real basis to that. But it's so exciting to make delivery of housing easier. Can you imagine, the project management and having the system that's so connected? When I was, back in public sector, I'm at TRC, and we're trying to get information from Kaingaora, but they've got their objective system, and we had OneDrive, and we're trying to swap information. And even recently, I'm just having a house built, the architect's computer system wouldn't download something, and you're like, well, do we print this out and courier it over? It's everything
courier.
is a courier. Is that still a thing? That's what we used to do when I was at Simpson Grease, and it was urgent. I got couriered on the bike courier, because we didn't have emails.
Same day couriers. Yeah.
And you could just see all the different parts coming together for a smoother, smarter delivery. And I see AI helps us as experts. We're still the thought leaders.
100%.
We're still the humans in charge.
Yeah.
But it helps with just the gargantuan processing of lots of information, and it can check things, but we still have to be the experts, because AI gets things wrong.
100%. So we're strong users of AI, quite a bit, and we call that thing human in the loop. I think so it's called AI produces information, it's human in the loop. And when you said an AI gets it wrong, there's a reason it gets it wrong. It's I'll try and explain it simplistically. So how if I turn around and ask you, hey Joe, when you worked at Kaingaora, do you remember that RFI that was raised on this particular date? You probably go, Annie, what are you talking about?
Yeah, it's buried.
It's buried,
in my brain. Yeah.
Exactly the same thing for AI. So the AI has got what you call a context window. It only remembers 1 million tokens worth of context. Anything before that, wiped out of its memory.
Yeah.
Same thing of how you don't remember that RFI. It has a short-term memory, and what's in that memory.
So how do we make that memory bigger?
You can't. You can. You pay lots of money to data centers, and your data center usage just goes fucking shooting through the roof.
Yeah.
So it's limited at 1 million tokens.
Yeah.
Like it's me asking you, Joe, how do I get you to remember that RFI that you did when you were in Kaingaora at that particular project? You're like, do you know what I mean?
If it was a real hairy one, you'd probably remember it.
Create what you call a RAG system. It's retrieving information in a very structured format.
Yeah.
How do you then help AI retrieve information in a structured format to assist you with what you want to do? That's the answer.
Yeah.
But
I don't have that answer.
You don't have what?
I don't have that answer.
You don't have that answer? That's okay. No, but
I'm very new to AI.
Are you? Yeah.
Yes. So
but you're embracing it. That's more the question.
Totally. I'm doing videos. I'm going to classes. It's fantastic.
It's making a real difference.
Yeah, like CapCut and Vercel. I'm writing landing pages, posters. I'm able to do things like MahiRise. I wrote that in Squarespace. That was my first landing page. That took months. Squarespace was so clunky.
Yeah, right.
So it looks clunky.
What's Squarespace again?
Squarespace is where you can go get a domain name, and it has templates for landing pages. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And
so it's like peg websites.
it was quite an early one.
Yeah, okay.
But it was very clunky, and you got to click and drag in your photos and type in your words, and then all the formatting goes wrong, and you go and you launch it and you check it on your phone, and it took a long time and a lot of patience. And I think that's the one thing a lot of people feel with AI is it's overwhelming, which it is.
100%.
Just little baby steps. So
Yeah.
I started drafting the MahiRise website, and I left it for a few months and picked it back up. Now, a few weeks ago, in 1 hour, if that, I did my New Zealand Property Pro landing page in Vercel. Powerful. So powerful. Oh, no, sorry, I did that in Claude, and I used Vercel for my woman in property landing page.
Oh, cool.
And, these different AIs, it's like you do not need to know any code.
Yeah. So you're literally at a no-code development for software today.
Yes.
We literally are at that position.
We are.
Like vibe coding is anybody can code today.
Yeah. And I just
and deploy applications.
And I just made a video with photos. So I got Claude gave me prompts to make images and chat. I put that in CapCut. CapCut turned those images into a video. Like, this is stuff I never could have done if I had to know JavaScript or Python and HTML files, Yeah. It's still a steep learning curve, but now for the average Joe, on the street, I can go do all that. And yes, that means I haven't gone and engaged someone, but I've just paid some subscriptions.
Yes.
It's so much easier to launch a company, launch a concept. Even for your...
You know how you're moving information from Claude into Vercel into CapCut, so on and so forth? Highly recommend you look into something called MCPs.
I don't know, what's an MCP?
It'll change your life. It's Model Context Protocols.
Yeah.
It's how you just use Claude to run other apps.
Do I need to Google that? I need to write that down.
Model Context Protocol. Yep, that'll change your life. Setting up an MCP is really simple. And once you learn that, you can run CapCut from Claude. You don't need to transfer information.
Oh, so you just need to do the attachment.
Yeah.
Yeah, from Claude, and because I've attached it to Canva.
Yeah, it's similar, exactly the same way. But you can link multiple different MCPs, so you're not transferring. So think about this, right? Okay, so you got the LLM that's huge. Sorry, I'm meant to be interviewing you, but
no, this is good.
This is good. You like it? You got the LLM that's vast. And it caters to every single person on planet Earth. But how does that LLM know what Joe needs, what Joe wants? Kind of doesn't. So first you've got to feed it all of that context on you, everything about you, so it knows you and knows what you want and knows how to cater to you. Cool. From that point in time, then there's Joe. Now Joe wants to use all of these different applications to create something. Cool. So rather than now what you're doing is you're taking, the LLM's now customizing prompts to suit you, and you're now taking information from here and transferring over there. And now that system, you've now disconnected the two. Can you see there's a large LLM that understands Joe, and there's Joe. Now Joe's now copying information from here, rather than one system that actually understands you, can directly connect into all of these different systems that still has your global knowledge, and about you. Why would you copy paste that? Why would you just connect it?
Yeah, well, I connect it via GitHub and NetLifey.
But
this is better.
I'm connecting it. I'm not sure how you connected it via GitHub, but if it's an MCP, you're no better.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I know what I'm going to do when I go home.
Give me a call if you get stuck. I'll happily walk you through it.
I'm just like at the moment, I talk to people and they go, I don't know anything about chat. I don't want to look at it. Like, I'm a sponge. If it's new, I want to know. But I wish I was 20 years younger.
Yeah, I know. Okay, tell me about it. But you don't need to be young to learn this shit, eh? This is incredible. No. Like, I'll give you an example. So there's a 3D modeling tool called Blender online, right? Yeah. So Blender's like a free tool, and a lot of these movie companies use it, right? Blender, and then you can get an add-on called Bonsai to it, which is you can view your IFC files for construction. So I can now view 3D files in Blender Bonsai, which is a free thing to download.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I connected an MCP from Blender Bonsai into Claude. I loaded a 3D model, and I said, Claude, I now want you to act as a temporary works engineer in New Zealand, understand all the temporary works rules in New Zealand. go and look at the topography of where that site is located, because the 3D model's already got the address of the site. It's got X, Y, Z coordinates and X, Y coordinates, and you could pick up the information from a map, right? So it understood the topography, understood the roading layout, understood the whole lot. And I said, model for me, not draw, 3D model my temporary works platform.
Wow.
All right, Claude went away. I'm sitting down there and I'm just sipping away on a cup of tea.
Yeah, you got to wait while you're going, I'm just waiting and it's working.
That's cool, that's cool. Like, I've now learned better, and I now run like 8 to 10 sessions at the same time. It's all different things. But that causes different stresses in my life, but I won't go there. But this is just magical.
Yeah.
This
That's
MCP
amazing.
Just started going and drawing my temporary fencing where my boundary went, my scaffolding plan, my material movement plan.
Yeah.
I'm sitting down there going, oh, okay. That's all. That's probably not a full temporary works design, but the temporary works engineer is probably going to do a much better job. But it's cut short that amount of time for a temporary works engineer to get there, and it's all 3D modeled. It's visual.
Yeah. So then I reflect your question back that you gave to me at you.
Go on.
How do you see AI, impacting the industry?
So I believe that every services business in the construction sector, their roles are going to be completely redefined. Yeah, what they're doing today is not what they're going to be doing by the end of the year, and AI is moving so quickly, so rapidly. It's insane. It's interconnection of information. So if you look at a construction site and you go, you raise RFIs. RFIs then go to consultants who then raise CANs, consultant advice notices. The CANs then come back to the engineer to the contract, and they become CIs. The CIs then get issued to the main contractor. You see the paperwork that's going on, all right? Then they go to the main contractor. The main contractor now assesses it and goes, oh, there's time only, or there's cost, or they've only given me cost, but I fucking need time to. And then they go, I'm going to raise an NOD. So the NOD then...
nightmare.
Wait, let me finish. The NOD goes back to the engineer to the contract, and then the engineer to the contract says, okay, cool, I'll park that because I don't know how to deal with it. And then they go inform the client, and the client goes, oh, these guys want more money. And then time goes, nobody does anything with all of that change. And then the contractor turns around and goes, fuck, I'm owed more time, I'm owed more money, here's an EOT. So now, some poor sod has to sit down and figure out what RFI was raised, to which consultant, what did they do with it, what change was issued in the instruction, how does that all impact the time and the cost, right? I'm giving you a version of something that happens on every single construction site.
It's a lot of fucking around. It's inefficient.
So it is really inefficient. And
it's because of humans.
Yes, 100%. We created the system. We created this process. We created all the parties in between, right? So I worked in this job. It's a water treatment plant, which we're building. It was it's called Waikato 50, right?
Yeah.
It's a great project that we worked on, right? It was Fletcher's, Becker. It was a great project, and it was all over the newspapers with Watercare. Yeah. And it was this period during COVID where we needed to kind of uplift the amount of water that was coming back into Auckland by 50 million litres a day.
Yeah, that's a lot.
We need the water because if we'd run into a drought, then Auckland would be at a water shortage because the amount of houses going on, right? Yeah. And multiple other factors as well. Yeah. The project was designed, consented, procured, built, commissioned in a span of 12 months.
Wow.
I keep asking myself, and the project was marginally over budget.
Yeah.
Right?
And you were using AI?
We weren't using AI at that time.
How do you get so efficient?
Exactly my point. If fucking without AI, if we can actually do that.
Can you imagine you do it in 6 months with it?
maybe not. But my point is, if there's a real problem, people come together and actually figure out a way to solve it.
Yeah.
You figure out a way to solve it. And then you've got CRL. That's been going on for what?
Oh my goodness.
10 years. And we still can't get an opening date out of anybody.
And then that
end
goes
of August. Oh no, maybe September. Who knows?
New Zealand can't build a tunnel. When was the tube built? 1800s?
Oh yeah,
London Tube
in the Industrial Revolution, I believe. Yeah,
and New Zealand, Auckland can't build one.
Well, we do have different challenges than them, though. Yeah. I'll give them that. We've got volcanic soil, which London never had to deal with.
Yeah, that's true.
And we have rock that London never had to deal with. But then again, that begs the question: was building the tunnel the right thing in the first place?
Can you imagine if that project had AI in it? How much more efficient it could have been. And if you could go back and review that project, it just would have been so many inefficiencies on it.
Oh, 100%. Like how do you start out with a budget of $1 billion and end up with spending $5.5 billion?
Yeah. And the fallout have been businesses have shut. I think one owner committed suicide. That's not cool, and that's not how business should run.
Queen Street's practically dead today.
Yeah, well,
I mean, when I went to university, Queen Street was like happening.
It rocked.
Yeah, I used to love going on to Queen Street and just feeling the energy and the buzz. And today, when I walked on Queen Street, I'm going, what happened?
Yeah, well, my career started there. At Simpson Grierson, they were on Albert Street. Yeah. And then going to Gladstone on High Street, and then going financial, the Phillips Fox Tower, and then down on the waterfront at Princess Wharf, and it's been so vibrant. And then when with MIMBY, as it was at the time, with KiwiBuild, and then we all went home.
Yeah.
Because everyone got, because COVID.
COVID, yeah.
But I must say, before that time, before we all went home, Queen Street changed, and there was a lot more beggars on the street, and you're having to step over them, beggars and scooters. But everyone left, and I don't think they've really returned, and it doesn't have the same vibe.
Nah, it doesn't,
No.
It's lost the energy.
And you're supposed to cruise up and down Queen Street at night in your car, but now they've made it all footpaths, and they've kind of choked
share
it.
Parts.
Yeah, it's like an artery, and you're about to have a heart attack because you've got.
Mate, myself, I'll avoid Queen Street at any cost.
Recently, I made the mistake of trying to drive up Queen Street because I needed to get to Upper Queen Street. When I got to the Civic, there's roadworks. I had to do a left around the library. It took me half an hour. And I was just like, never again will I go into the city, and I'll just train in. Yeah. But it used to be my everyday in my life, and I love the city. Yeah, I worked in there since
I think it's a combination of the CRL and Commercial Bay coming up, to be honest. Because all the traffic moved to Commercial Bay and the Wharf.
Yeah.
And Queen Street's the missing
piece.
Well,
do you think COVID also really?
100%. Yeah, COVID. It's a perfect storm when you think about it. The COVID happening, the CRL kind of roadworks and cones all around all the time. Commercial Bay opening, new flash building, and the waterfront being developed.
Yeah, I think a lot of businesses left the city in COVID, realised they didn't need an expensive office, and actually stayed in the burbs and didn't come back. I saw that in the legal sector, and because you would have your top law firms all located closer, and you still got the top law firms in town, but a lot of the smaller ones. And other businesses, they just didn't come back.
Yeah, and most of them are happy to just work from home.
Yeah, save costs.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And your slippers and your tracksuit pants, and you just got your shirt on up
top.
No.
Shots and a proper full shirt.
Yeah. You just got to make sure you don't stand up and walk off. They go, I can see you.
Look at that guy. See your shorts, funny TikTok videos about that. Anyways, so Joe, with your experience, you'd agree that the cost of building in New Zealand is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. And that's what we were fighting at KiwiBuild. And everyone talks about the price of a piece of jib, right? That old sort of chestnut. And I just think what KiwiBuild did try to do is bring in like modular housing and try to get the costs down. And I think New Zealand struggles with that. We struggle because we're so far away. It's the shipping. We've got monopolies.
Yes.
Too many monopolies. And when I watch these house building programs overseas, and I'm like, why can't we have that spray-on insulation here? Why is everything so expensive? And it is because of where we are. But I think the sector is it's too small. There's too many large parties controlling materials. I think brands creates a big wall for bringing in new materials. And I know the government recently signed off bringing in certain materials.
And no, we just copied Australia's playbook.
Yeah. But we're still questioning, this is a German or Swiss signed off product. Oh no, we have to check it. Like, seriously?
I think what they did was, if Australia had already authorised the product, brands were meant to...
They were going to take it?
Yeah. Automatically pre-authorize those products coming in.
Yeah.
But
how long has that taken? It's 2026.
Fair.
There's so many different elements to creating affordable housing, and one,
So in your opinion, though,
in my opinion,
if we could do one thing to reduce the cost of construction per square meter, what would you do?
Oh, can I give you one? Reduce DCs.
Reduce what? What's
development contributions?
Okay.
They've gone up horrendously.
Tell us, so people who don't know what development contributions are, can you explain what
So
it
development contributions are like a tax or a cost per house that the council will charge for providing the infrastructure in the area, parks, upgrade.
So that's for providing wastewater, fresh water,
the
power.
Development.
Yeah.
So while I was at Tamaki Regeneration, DCs went up, gosh, if I recall, from like 19,000 a house to 119. It was crazy.
Per house?
Yes. And when I was working...
So council collect this money? Mm-hmm. What do they do with this money?
Well, that's a good question. Do we see all the infrastructure happening? Because right now they're talking about building houses up Arewa Way. I was just reading about that. Without connection to wastewater. So they're going to truck the waste up to Whangarei. Like,
that seems bizarre.
It's seriously backwards.
Yeah.
And while I was on a project for Housing New Zealand, as it was at the time, McLennan Takanini, I was working on that project, the DCs were going to go up. Our team rushed to get resource consent lodged like the day before. So that absolutely destroys your feasibility and it destroys affordability. I understand, we know why council needs this money, but it needs so much money because it hasn't fully planned for population growth. And while we've got the 2050 plan, if you've ever read the 2050 Auckland plan, it's online.
Is it? Okay.
It came out in 2016 and it's like all this hurrah, the 2050 plan projecting population growth of a million odd, 720,000 houses they said they'd build. Now the 2025 progress update, I had a little look at it last night, they have over the last 4 years only delivered 8,500 houses a year between 2019 and 2022, 34,000 houses. It's And then you read in the paper, sort of digressing. Plan change 120, plans change 78, and this toing and froing, and where should we put amenity? And then you read in the paper. I don't know if you are like me. You read the paper, they go, we're going to put amenity where there's transport and near shops. I'm like, isn't that like what they did in Europe, like hundreds of years ago?
Yeah.
And we just can't get ourselves together. So even coming back from Gerbil, the price of wood, and price of plumbing items have gone up because we've got this war happening, and so petroleum price has gone up. If we can't get the base right of delivery and the unitary plan, and we flip and we flop on political policies.
Well, I've always said,
we can't get infrastructure.
3 years for one party to be in.
It's not long enough. I listened to that podcast, and I agree with you. And I think it's shameful.
But I just want to step back one step. I'll just step back one step. So if the DCs, the developer contributions, if we now reduce the amount, isn't that going to create an adverse effect where we're already not getting the infrastructure that we need, which you just told me we're not, by paying this much money? If you reduce that money to the council, it's going to get even worse.
Yeah, it would get worse. There are other ways around it. Now, there's a development up by Arewa, what's it called, Hill, can't remember the name. And what they have done, it's about using a different financial tool. So the developer got finance in on that development, and then the homeowners bought more for putting in the infrastructure. And then the homeowners pay an additional rate. So they've got the land rates, and they pay an additional rating to pay back the borrowings on putting in the infrastructure. And I think council should be doing this. I think there's so much wealth globally. There's countries like Singapore who would invest trillions in New Zealand. When you speak to economists, go to meetings with economists there, and helping our country fund its way through growth. But we seem to just want to keep, levying the homeowners, and it's not sustainable.
Yeah, there's not enough money to go around.
No, we're only a young country. We're small. We don't really have a population that provides enough money to really deliver what we need. When we look at Australia, it just seems to function so much smoother. It's such a bigger economy.
Well, they do have their fair share.
They do have their fair
share of challenges.
Yeah. Are they building houses that where you flush the toilet, it's going to go into a tank and be moved by truck, cleared away by truck? Like, why were you doing that?
Yeah. Stupid.
Yeah.
But okay, developer contribution is one thing. Yeah, okay. So I don't think we can fully affect that, but then you're saying
we couldn't.
Levy. Yeah. So what else? What else can we do to reduce the cost of building?
Competition.
Competition?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So I know, do we talk about Fletchers and Jib? I think we need to bring in a lot more competition.
I think that's already happening. Yep.
Yeah,
so
more.
I mean, the thing is, I think the whole construction sector figured out when the Jib crisis happened.
Yeah, oh my God.
The Jib shortage.
So silly.
Monopoly control. Yeah. So bringing more competition, brands is doing something about it.
Yeah.
But
we need to just get the supply. Look, and it's pure economics, isn't it? Supply and demand, and the more supply we have of houses, then they're going to be more affordable. But every part of the equation, and I don't think you can pick on one part and say if you tweak DCs or tweak Jib. It's the whole supply chain of housing, down to your consent being processed, down to not having to spend $1 million to get resource consent for your large-scale project. Let's use AI. Let's make that cheaper. I think along the way, there's so many different levels of efficiencies.
And what if each one of them contributed 5% of efficiency?
I mean, that would be fantastic. There's lots of little.
Do you see it happening?
No, I don't.
You don't. Sadly, neither do I.
I think if it happened, maybe not in my lifetime.
Not in your lifetime. Yeah,
I think we need modular homes would be fantastic, and that's really struggled to take off here. I did a lot of modular with Kaingaora, and
was that part of the offsite manufacturing?
Yeah. Well, that ended up shutting shop, the off-site manufacturing. But on Northcote, there is an apartment block there that is, it's called TLC Construction, and that is modular, had its issues. So I think, and there's a friend of mine who I raced with in the BMW series, had GJ Gardner franchises, sold those and set up a modular business, and was delivering for Kaingaora these modular homes, and then shipping costs just really slammed that, especially after COVID. So it's complex.
Yeah, it is complex. So the only alternate option is crash and burn and restart again.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, maybe we just need to print houses. There we go. That'll be cheaper. 3D printing houses. Yeah,
that's not far away, Joe.
Yeah, yeah. No, there's no magic wand.
There's no magic wand. We'll find a solution.
Well, no, you've got to write the program for it, mate. Yeah, you're the AI guru. Yeah.
Well, I've always said time is more important than money.
Yeah.
100%. I strongly believe that. You can take away all the money I've got. I can make more money.
Yeah.
I can't buy more time. So.
No, and we all do sometimes wish we could press rewind.
Yeah.
On the tape cassette.
Anyways, so back to Mahi. Yeah, I wanna dig a little deeper into Mahi and go right. So, where's the vision? Well, where do you see Mahi and you in 5 years' time?
5 years' time, I would like it to be have some staff running it.
Yes.
I'd like to have more than 2 students. I'd like to see it fully funded, because right now it's just me, and it's just me providing the ability for the students to travel around and pick them up and all that. That's what I'd like to see. But it doesn't need to be anything big.
Yeah.
There's so many great charities out there, and other people and programs. But if it could provide a real pathway to employment, I would be very happy. And for more than 2.
Yeah.
And 2 students. Go out to other schools, because it's an
So are you going to let it organically grow? Or are you
yes.
is there a clear vision and a clear
I'm a busy woman. I'm very, so I'm emailing the school, and I'm like, okay, let's get the signature of offer to take the students out on site again. Of course, they're busy as well, so we've got to fit that in after
their
term
schedule.
3 into their schedule. So it's not so easy as in let's book this in and let's do it. You've got to work in with the school schedule. But if I had the funding, I would grow it.
Yeah,
and
okay.
I would offer it to other schools. And there was a third student who wanted to also participate from Tamaki College.
Oh, yeah.
So funding provides more opportunity, and I'm happy to do the driving around and listen to teenage music in the car, because then I learn more songs.
Yeah, that's all.
They're quite explicit. I'm like driving in these songs, and I'm like, whoa, and I thought like 50 Cent was explicit. So I'm like,
you thought Eminem was explicit.
yeah, that ain't nothing. Yeah, no,
Anyway.
it got brass in pocket. You know, that's an old song. That's nothing.
That's nothing. Joe, so if I was a young woman in construction or wanting to get into the construction sector, from your experience, what would you tell them? Yeah, like what advice would you give them on things they should be doing, looking out for?
Well, some advice I'd give them is actually it's about your attitude and your work ethic. So whilst down on site, Mr. Gareth Reedy showed up, and this is advice he gave to my two students, because here he is, CEO, got my students, and he said, look, he didn't do that well at school, and it's all about attitude. And I think we know that. If you have the characteristics and the drive, and you're going to show up, you're going to start at the bottom, and you're going to sweep the floors, make the cup of tea, do whatever you need to earn trust, and that creates opportunities. So these two students are already doing their building construction, but then as they create their career, it's down to their tenacity and their drive, and I've seen how they were on the excavators and the forklifts. They operated those machines very well, but then you've got to create your opportunities. And there's no right way. You might go to university, you might get an apprenticeship, you might just get a part-time job labouring on a site.
Yep.
But as you take each step forward with a good attitude, doors open and people see that, and they
100%.
Create opportunities for you.
Yep. So even when we're hiring, we go, a skill anybody can learn. A skill is teachable.
Yep.
But if you're not willing to learn the skill, nobody can teach you that skill. And that willingness comes with good attitude and fucking showing up.
Yeah.
Just
showing
show
up, being reliable. Yep.
Just show up.
Good attitude.
Good attitude, you learn any skill. Any skill.
Yes.
Anyways, Joe, that was really cool. I'd like to put out one more offer to you. So, I love the work you're doing in Mahi. So, if any of your students want to learn about AI, we'll happily run a free course for them.
Excellent. I will take you up on that.
No problem.
Will you go to the school?
I will, yeah.
Yes, that's easier.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Put it there.
Put it there. End of the day. Gentlemen, I'm out of my word.
Because they need to, one of your
all
question.
construction, all controls and planning. Because controls and planning is a business. I'm happy. I don't know what they want to learn. That's something I'm sure you'll figure out.
But that's it. That's why I wanted to also take the students to site. What is the truck delivery person doing? What is the builder doing? What is the sparky? What is all the different roles?
Yeah.
To open your eyes, like a careers 100%. Day, and that's what that's about.
Yeah, and I love shaping young minds too. Like it's a passion of mine. Like I want to be a university professor at some stage.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it'll happen.
Yeah.
I don't know, but hey, if there's an opportunity, why not?
You should go into local schools.
Yeah.
And talk to them about AI.
And our project controls, which is planning and methodologies.
Because we've got graduates coming out of university, and it's those low-level jobs that AI is going to replace. So, they need to come out of university or come out of studies already knowing how to use AI. To be relevant, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Now, hold me to it. We'll figure something out, and done.
Excellent.
Easy, done deal.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming, making the time for being here. Really do appreciate it, and it's been a fun conversation.
Yeah, you didn't ask me about my car racing.
I didn't ask you about your car racing, did I? Why did I not ask you about your car racing? That's pretty mean of me, eh?
That's all right.
Tell us about your car racing, Joe.
Yeah. So, car racing.
Wait, why did you get into car racing in the first place?
When I was a kid, if it had wheels, I was riding it. So my roller skates lived on my feet, and then I was BMXing on my little Rally 16. Before BMXing existed, I made a mound of dirt and I'm riding over. I have anything with wheels, I like it. Sometimes I joke I should be a courier driver or a taxi driver. So how I got into then racing was through a boyfriend.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, I'm going down to Taupo to do some racing. Do you want to come? And I'm like, yeah. Mm-hmm. That was it. So it's about 30 years of racing, and I'm now my 13th season in the BMW Race Driver Series. I have my own car. I love the mechanics of racing and speed.
Yeah.
Ploughing into a corner, your braking point, changing gear when you're turning, the whole setup of the whole setup of the car. When you're racing, you know nothing else exists. All that's in front of you is the track, and it has parallels to life, to the construction industry. Just to, you've got twists and turns. I've written off a car. Stuff happens. You can go out there and your car blows up, and I've won some awards. So last 2 years I've won 4 awards for coming third in the series, and that's after 12 years of racing.
Yeah.
So it's consistency and showing up, trusting your team, and having a good team around you. And I think those values also apply to
any aspect of life.
To construction.
And any aspect of life. That's really, really cool. I love that you got into racing. Watch Formula One?
No, look, I watch classic car racing.
No,
I love it. So my husband and I will go to Europe, and we went to the Nürburgring, which wasn't classic. And we were in a 1973 Alfa Romeo GTV 105, and we drove that to Nürburgring, and then we went down to Le Mans to the 4 days of the classic car racing.
Oh wow!
It's just
so you've actually been to Le Mans. That's really cool.
I would highly recommend it.
Yeah. I'm a bit of a Formula One buff. Have been for 15 years. So.
Yeah. I'd rather be racing the car than watching someone else drive it.
Fair enough. No. You know, technically, if it wasn't for the GFC, my career would have been in Formula One.
Yeah.
So I was working towards being a race engineer in Formula One. That's what I was working towards.
Well, there's a job opening. I need pit crew.
You need pit crew?
Yeah.
You need a strategist?
Sure, but look, if you can change tyres and adjust the suspension on my car.
No. I'm the brains, dude. Look at these fingers. That's extremely soft, dude.
Okay, you can plug in the computer.
I will work out your race strategy to help you with.
Okay.
Right? Okay. I'll work out your
track
race
day on the 15th of August. Hampton Downs. Very good. See you there.
See you there.
No pay.
I'm working for free. Charity event. Okay, cool.
Okay, excellent.
We'll talk about it.
Thank you.
Anyways, Joe, thank you so much for your time. Been a fun conversation.
It's been good.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.